We are still running behind on the season, so having a little bit more rain in a non-flooding sense is probably a good thing. And a cold front is approaching us from the west right now. There are winter storm watches and even already a winter storm warning for portions of the Sierra Nevada. So if your travels take you up that way, please be careful. You will be encountering some snow. And speaking of snow, there's still snow up on some of the peaks in Monterey and San Benito counties from last week. It's not too often we get to see that sticking around. But the cold front on our doorstep moving into the San Mateo coast right now. We also have what we like to call this warm advection rain. So the southerly warm flow ahead of the system pushing moist air up into the mountains. As that air rises, it cools, and as it cools, it can hold less moisture and starts precipitating out. And that's what we see going on in Santa Cruz County tonight. We can see some light precipitation. Highway 17's wet. Some cases we're already up to 0.05 of an inch in a few spots around Bonnie Dune and Boulder Creek and even up at the summit tonight. But the actual cold front's still off of, say, Half Moon Bay at the moment, and it will slowly work its way toward us as we head into the evening. Southerly winds will continue keeping conditions mild tonight. The winds are fairly light, so don't expect a wind storm ahead of this system. It'll just be a nice mild southerly wind through the overnight hours, and it'll keep temperatures pretty mild as well, as we're in the mid to upper 50s still out there at this hour, and even 60 currently in King City. So there is some warmth out there ahead of this weather system. Hard to call it a storm since we don't have a lot of wind associated with it, but technically it is a storm system, so we'll call it that. FUTURECAST showing the actual cold front by 9 o'clock, slowly working its way in, and notice it doesn't really reach Santa Cruz till after midnight tonight. So what you can expect with this cold front is a period of light to moderate rain, not like an extended period like we saw last week. This thing's actually going to move through our area. 2 a.m. you'll find it in Santa Cruz. We head to 6 a.m., 7 a.m. we're in Salinas, Gilroy, maybe Big Sur. We head into the afternoon hours, and all of a sudden it's kind of dissipating and moving farther inland. So it's going to have some movement to it and not going to get stuck over us like what we saw last week. But in the meantime, you're going to see wet roads, potentially some ponding on the roadways. There's still a lot of water in the ground. And we add some more water on top of that, you can get some debris to flow off a hillside onto a roadway. That certainly will be possible overnight. So keep that in mind in the morning commute, especially if you're commuting in the Santa Cruz Mountains. You may see some rubble on the roads at times as this moisture runs back down off the hillsides. By 5 p.m. tomorrow night, the cold front is completely east of us. However, a trailing weather system coming in on Wednesday may bring a few additional showers. And that's about it as far as precipitation is concerned over the next week. Total precipitation with this system, maybe 1.5 inches in the Santa Cruz Mountains. You'll get the best of it. Most other locations will see less, but cities around the base may see 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch of rain with this system. Let's quickly look at your temperatures tomorrow. They'll still be fairly mild, but we'll begin a cooling trend with northwest winds following our system. We're going to stay in the 50s across Santa Cruz County, as you'll be first to see that cooler air. So 58 your high in Santa Cruz tomorrow. We'll stay in the 50s in Watsonville as well. But Salinas, a seasonable 62 for you. Also low 60s in Hollister and San Juan Bautista. Over to Monterey tomorrow, you're going to see highs right around 60 degrees, which is pretty seasonable. And then farther south, we'll stay fairly mild in the Salinas Valley, and in the south, we may actually reach the mid-60s in places like King City. Over the next 7 days, dry conditions expected to return starting after Wednesday's chance of showers. Will be a little bit cool in the mornings as we head in toward the end of the week, but lots of sunshine expected and highs above normal. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, probably Sunday, Monday too. High pressure is going to be building in, and while there will be some dents in the high pressure, no rain is expected really into next week at all. So dry conditions through the weekend. Nice for some outdoor dining. If you've been waiting to get back to one of those restaurants, those local businesses we've been wanting to support, it's a good weekend to do that. So hopefully you can get out there and do it safely. Inland areas also chilly as we head toward the end of the week in the mornings, but the afternoons will be nice and warm. And of course, we'll be keeping an eye on that next chance of rain. We're back after this.